It's sad that we are in a place where standing for peace requires courage. That I think you mentioned, Dennis, as that vote was about to take place, there was just an air of fear in the air. That people were concerned about, well, if I don't do this, how will I be criticized, or political ramifications, or one thing or the other. And I think it's even gotten worse, exponentially so today. So I would point to, look, there's an incredible amount of influence that the foreign policy establishment and the military-industrial complex has in Washington that, as has been pointed out, crosses over both parties. No matter which way the political winds blow, left or right, that we don't see a real change in the positions of leaders in Washington. I think because there's a lot of money involved. When you look at the amounts of contributions being made to members on the Armed Services Committee in particular, coming from big defense contractors, you see how large that number is, and you start to think about, well, how does that figure into those decisions that they're making? What lobbyists are giving them phone calls before they take a really critical and important vote? Washington is very much, unfortunately, like high school. It's about popularity. It's about who's cool, who gets invited to the nice parties. If you're not on the guest list, you better watch out. You've become one of the uncool kids at high school. You've got all the different cliques, and they all, in Hawaii, we call it talk stink. You talk stink about each other. If you are one of those who dares to challenge this establishment groupthink view that has been perpetuating these regime change wars and these follow-on nation building missions without ever thinking or asking the most basic question, which is, how does this serve the interests of our country? Is it making our country more safe or not? If we ask these basic questions time and time and time again, as we've seen thousands of American lives lost, tens of thousands more of our men and women coming home injured, millions of lives of people across the Middle East who have been killed as a result of these wars, the trillions of our taxpayer dollars being spent, and yet no one is asking the question, after all of this, are we more safe? Are we in a better place as a country? Is the quality of life of the American people across the country in a superior place? The answer to all of these questions is no.